On the show this week, Keith and Dom are back and they are showing us how to make these wonderful retail designs, perfect for Christmas, using a stuffing machine, using modelling balloons, using 5-inch balloons and 11-inch balloons. And that's all you need on a foil. That's all you need.
Hey, 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 hey! Good afternoon, good evening, good night, or good morning, depending on where in the world you are.
Whoa.
What?
Wrong show.
I was going to see this very special BMTV.
We were getting to
You're
it.
going to take over.
Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here, and sorry, I didn't do the thing. Hello, Greg from Balloon Market here, and I can't do it now. You've broken me.
Well,
hello, Greg from Balloon Market here, and welcome to BMTV. As you can see, the chaos has started with Keith and Dom. Oh my God, hello, guys.
Hello.
It's been
Hi,
a long
Greg.
time since I've seen you.
I thought you said since we've been here. No, it's a long time.
That's what it feels like, right?
Well, welcome back. It's funny how we were in the same clothes. That old joke. Right. Yeah, I really enjoyed talking to you the other day, or you talking to me. And yeah, I'm just all over the place.
Well,
make some stuff.
Shall we do some balloons?
Do some work is what
Yes.
he's trying to say.
We love work. We can watch it for hours.
Yes, it's true. We're going to start off with a Gumball stuffing style balloon.
Yeah, because people like the puff and stuff or the super stuffer machine, but it comes out a lot for putting elves in these days, right?
Course.
But other things that we do with it. So
That's right. We see sort of peaks and troughs with its usage, and us included with that. You know, we always had the super stuffer, loved it, but it was kind of in the way. So when we put it out the way, I know it's contagious. We put it out the way, and it doesn't get used as much as it should. So that's why we sort of added a few new designs to kind of encourage us as a business to make more use of it throughout the year.
So just to remind everybody, you've got a retail shop.
we do.
Up in County Durham.
Yes.
And that is where your stuffer is.
Yeah,
That's right, yes.
And we do it where we actually sell the elves to go out and everything done, or people bring their elves back.
Okay.
Year on year.
So the balloon's fresh, but it's elf that's inside, right?
Well, the kids don't know that.
Exactly. He's back.
Well, you just encourage them to hold the breath for a long time. The elves, not the kids.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
So we use now, because this fits in our business and our sort of setup very well, the puff and stuff.
Yeah.
Does the same job as the super stuffer, but it's sort of
Cheaper.
It is cheaper, but it doesn't have the electric air inflator with it, and also this is an added extra to that one as well. So there is good value in the actual. The super stuff machine
we
itself.
used to use the super stuff for years. It's just for space for us in a retail environment.
I mean, you were describing to me yesterday how you've got that in a drawer underneath your counter.
Just slides out and it's ready to go, and we actually use it at that height as well, so it's more comfortable height to work at rather than a countertop.
But if you've got the space, the super stuffer is
amazing.
an all-in-one, everything just in one. Press a
Absolutely,
button.
you pull it out and it's all ready to roll, and it's just that one button. So it is the bells and whistles.
When Beauty and the Beast and things were coming out, the added extra on there, which does 646s, and you put balloons, flowers and things inside.
Yeah.
We used to do the rose inside and sell them. It was great for that.
Cool.
I was trying to know, Greg, hold.
No, we were trying it. This is the puff
You did
and
it the wrong
stuff.
way, didn't you?
Okay.
I can't do it the other way.
I'm left-handed. Yes.
You're left-handed, are
I
you?
am left-handed.
And you're right-handed.
Back the right way, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah.
So we're going to be using the 18-inch round Snowflakes and Sparkles print. This is one of the 18-inch super stuffing balloons. I'm going to turn it inside out.
I don't know if people are aware as well, the super stuffer balloons, the 18-inch ones, they have a slightly wider neck, which is why it's specially designed for use of this.
So we're going to use the balloon stretcher. So I'm going to place the neck onto there, open out a little bit just to capture that, and then stretch that balloon all the way open, and that's going to go over the top of the puff and stuff. At this point now, I'm just going to put my hand on just to help it so it doesn't come off as I release it. Just drop that down, and then open it back up again to take off.
Push that inside there.
And that's the balloon set up ready to go. And now we're going to inflate that balloon to the capacity of the chamber. And what we're going to watch out for it's kind of indicated that it's ready to hold itself, is the top lid will actually kind of just push up a little bit.
Yeah.
That's just our indication to say it's stop inflating. So I am going to use the tube. It's got the nozzle on the middle there. Place that into the balloon. We're just going to push that down with just a little bit of pressure to create a seal. And then for this one, we're going to use the Foil Pro. But any of the standard electric air inflators our go-to machine, in fact, is probably the premium microwave.
The microwave, yeah. It's a great machine.
I'm going to put on the nozzle. There's a foot pedal for me to press.
You sort of lift up and then drop back down there.
Yeah.
And now it's sealed, so it's creating a vacuum around the outside so that it's nice and open in the top, but it's completely sealed.
Yeah.
So now we can start doing some work with it.
We've got the little protective sock as well. We can just put that over the top and then tuck that in. And that is just there to protect that balloon on the edge, because as you're pushing everything in there, you might damage the neck of the balloon. So let's look after that.
I mean, these are the questions that I'd normally be asking people. You know, why have you put that there?
Oh, okay.
So I might as well go and have a sit down. you know?
Well, there's some wine left, I
It's,
think.
it's like you've done it before. isn't it?
Once or twice. We get nervous in front of camera.
It's a true story.
So we've got some 5-inch lime green with the nozzles cut off there. The sides are approximately 4.5 inches, because that's about as big as you can get in the top of this.
All right.
So that it just fits in there nicely. And let's count them in together.
Count with the count.
2, 3, 4,
5,
6,
7, 8, 9. This is so much fun. 10. How many are you going to do?
11,
11, 12,
13,
I mean, you're filling it up.
14, 15,
16,
17, 18,
18,
19,
19.
and 20. Because we get asked a lot about how many balloons you can fit in, and it depends on how big you inflate the balloons. But for this one, we want the design to be completely full in there. And we've got 20 5-inch balloons sized to approximately 4.5 inches.
Super.
Excellent. That's it. It's done.
Okay, brilliant.
It's lovely. We love it.
That was great.
So we're done. We're done with the stuffing balloon now. So we're going to take it out of the puff and stuff. So to do that, we're just going to take the lip of the latex and just as we unhook it, just pull it up a little bit.
Yeah.
What we don't want to do is lose all that air inside it. We can salvage that. If we do let some air out, we can top it back up again.
Yeah.
But it's good practice, because if you do a design where perhaps you've got some of the fantastic plush that you sell in there and you've sort of positioned it, it looks really nice. The worst thing is when that shrink wraps, that poor teddy. Yeah.
So this actually stays, the vacuum stays, but you're just pulling up a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit of upward pressure there to keep the air in it so we don't lose the suction around the edge. Once we're ready, I've done a little twist in that balloon.
Yeah.
Means I don't have to hold it quite so tight. I can just push down a little bit to break the seal, and I'm just going to pass the lid through, take a hold of that balloon, pass that to Keith.
Oh, for me, thank you.
And then that is it out of the machine.
You are too kind.
For this one, we're going to just tie this to seal it now, so I'm going to bring that round, pass it around, and then seal that balloon. So we're done with that. And that is our balloon ready to go for our body.
Okay.
Okay, so for that, what we're going to do is we're going to stand it on some feet. And for this, we have some 11-inch red latex that have been sized to 7 inches. And then we're going to use some U-glue dashes to attach it onto there. So
Is it U-glue or U-glue?
U-glue. U-glue. It starts with a U.
I thought it was
U-glue the U-glue.
We've seen that thing on TikTok at the moment.
No?
Okay.
What is that thing on TikTok at the moment?
W starts with a D.
Oh,
yes,
it's the
Everyone's like, oh my God. But then I went through the alphabet. Well, my daughter went through the alphabet. There's loads of letters like that.
Yeah. But in
Kind of
fact,
bigger
I
than
did
that.
say that one to one of the girls who works for us. Said W begins with a D. No, it doesn't. W. Oh, it does. It really does.
There's loads of them. F begins with an E.
True. Yeah.
Yes, or does it?
I don't know.
It's a very informative episode, this one.
It is.
Okay.
For all the facts that you didn't need to know.
So I've
Watch
got
TikTok.
So anyway, I've got my dashes on there.
Okay.
U-glue,
U-glue.
U-glue. So U-glue the U-glue.
U-glue the.
Right, and then we're going to try and get this straight up and down onto there, and we put him and attach it so that it stands up by itself. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add a head onto this.
Always good.
And for this, we shall go to the National Elf Service.
He's getting ahead of himself.
Here we go for our nice elf head. And because we're going to have it nice and tight under there, I'm actually just going to use the neck of the balloon and tie it directly onto this neck over here.
So you can do it this way, or if you struggle with that, because sometimes it's a little bit harder to do, you can indeed still use the trusted 260Q onto the foil and then onto that. But we're just removing a step because you've got the elasticity of the stuffing balloon, and then we're also going to add some 5-inch latex to take up the gap as well. So
lie him down onto
It's all
there.
floppy now.
he's tired.
Yes.
Okay.
So with that, we're going to add in some 5-inch white balloons sized to 3 inches. I'm using because there's loads of different equipment you use, but we use the hand inflator a lot. It's actually a precision piece of equipment.
Yeah.
And if you repeat the same process, you get the same results. So 1 stroke, start down here at the base because it's all about the base. About the base.
About the base.
We'll tie that into a duplet or a pair and then repeat the process. Turn that into a cluster of 4.
I'm copying Greg now again. It's the lean. It's to watch someone working lean.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just kind of carry on, and then I'm just pulling that, I'm bringing the neck between 2 of the balloons and locking that across on there. And this head is air-filled, but it will still stand up under there, so we're not using any helium or anything, and it'll stand. You can also add a weight onto the bottom as well to make them a bit more stable.
Yes.
But we need something else.
What do we need?
We need some hands.
Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. So for that, I've got a 350Q in reds to start off with, and I'm going to do 4 strokes. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Tie that off like this. Bring the air back into the chamber. Tie that off. I can keep this nice and tight because I'm not actually going to twist with this.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just going to use it as itself, and then I'm going to use a pair of scissors that we
bury
kept
them.
just
Have we
there.
got scissors? We've got scissors.
We do. Yeah.
Fancy
There we go.
We're not always allowed sharps.
And then we repeat the process with the other half of the balloon. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to count out loud, otherwise I lose count.
I understand.
And then
Don't say I don't do anything for you.
I appreciate that, Dom, because Dom's just prepped me up some 2 5-inch blush balloons. So these are going to be our arms, or and chuck.
Okay.
Available for parties.
2 strokes and tie off so it's loose.
Loose.
We don't normally want to do that, but we need the stretch, and I'll repeat the process to prove it wasn't a fluke.
Loose.
Loose. So then we can squash, turn it into 2 balloons, and then turn this into a pinch twist. So I grab the knot, I fold it over, and twist it like so.
All right, so I've got a question for you.
Go for it.
What is your favourite thing to make? Using the twister, using the twister.
I absolutely love the woven rose.
Yeah.
It's either that or that we do a space blaster,
All right.
and that's our 2
Probably
go-tos.
Two
Is that the
go-to-
Space Blaster that was on BGT?
Yeah.
What was
boy.
Yeah.
there but wasn't shown?
Well, it was shown. It's the,
No, the space blasters
that's
were.
right, it was,
Yes, it was
yes.
on
sold it to the little boy for
Yes,
£1.50.
Yes.
that's right, yeah.
Hello, mate. Hello. Would you like to buy a little balloon like that girl? Yeah. Yeah, it's £1.50.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think although they're very simple, they're very interactive.
Yeah.
So depending on your audience of which one we do, but the Space Blaster for us has been a go-to for years. The fact that it's really fast, but actually until you get the finished bit, you don't know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
And the woven rose is far more complicated to look at than it actually is.
Yeah.
So it's the wow. It's just a single 160Q for the flower, and then a 160Q for the stem.
Yeah.
But again, the reactions are fantastic.
Yeah.
And with the space blaster as well, it's not a gun. You know why?
Why?
Because we don't make anything out of balloons that go bang.
He knew it was a bad direction when he said why.
Okay,
Walked
so what
straight
I've done
into
is
that, didn't I? Straight into that.
I've added the hands onto the ends of our 350s, and I've also taken our 350Qs, just curl them over, rub it backwards and forwards a couple of times so that it gives us this
Animates
shape.
the character.
Yeah.
It's without doing a twist in it.
And
It
then
lasts a lot longer.
through the middle, all the way to the back, cross them over so they can't easily be taken out, and then halfway back, and it gives us our Christmas elf character ready to
Perfect.
go.
So you do a lot of these in the shop?
Yeah. We also use I don't know if you know about them, but there's some like small packets of sweet Haribos that you can get.
I've heard of them. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So what we do is actually put them inside of the 5-inch balloons before they go in, so it becomes like a pinata balloon, so they can
Okay.
pop them, and then
very
they can
clever.
do that inside. So it's great for parties because you've got like 20 kids' gifts there.
Yeah.
Just
Ideal.
That's brilliant.
And we just use the mini balloon stretcher, the the castration tool.
Okay.
to
The
open
mini, the balloon neck stretching tool.
That's
That's
it.
the one,
Balloon neck stretching tool. That's it.
just to open up the 5-inch, put that Haribo in there, and then reinflate the balloon. It's great.
Yeah.
Just a nice way of doing it. But because those sweets are pre-packaged, it means there's not kind of us handling
Yeah,
any sweets.
yeah,
so
absolutely.
It's
yeah.
a great way of doing
That's
it.
perfect. That's great.
And apparently kids and adults alike love Haribo.
Yes.
I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been said. So this is the standard kind of thing that we do, but we also do a slightly different version of the character to give it a bit more character. So it means that once this is burst, they've still got a balloon display. Right.
Okay.
So that's what we'd like to show you next, if that's
Okay.
all right.
I'd love to see that.
Okay. Fantastic.
Can't wait. Let me
There we
move
go.
this elf out the way. And then we need...
So that's the basic design. Are you talking about that being you'll upgrade to the next
Yeah,
one?
so this one's it's just got a little bit more twisting with it. I'm just going to move him over there. Nobody puts Elf in the corner.
We have options and price points.
Yeah.
It gives our customers a choice where, you know, one price point may be better for someone than others. So giving those options is really important for us. So, you know, maybe the one we're going to show is, they love it, but perhaps it's out of their budget on this occasion. So we've got at least something to come back down to as well.
It's also, it's different, right? It's giving you another unique selling point that's different from competitor that might be doing stuff on balloons. So it's just putting a little bit of a twist on it, and it makes you think about what's possible. Yeah. The first time that we saw anything done like this was actually inspired by Alberto Falcone, for a completely different design.
Stuff and balloons.
He's a master with the stuff and balloons, and he inspired us for this next design.
All right.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually start with part of it that we're going to put inside, and then we'll deal with it as you'll see.
Move that out of the way for a second.
So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with 11-inch lime green, and I need a couple of 5-inch red and 260Q red. I'm going to need probably another 260Q as well.
You're right, yeah.
Normally I only need scraps for this, but as you'll see as we build it.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is we're going to do what's called a raisin twist. Now a raisin twist is based on the raisin itself, and it goes inside of the balloon. So I'm going to tie the 260Q a number of times, the knots on top of each other. So it gives me a small raisin like this. And then I shall chop off this side and chop off the other side to create the first one. Yeah.
He's got 10 attempts.
That's all right, yeah. It's very expensive. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to tie multiple knots on top of each other, and then just trim them off on either side.
Have you ever damaged yourself doing balloons?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. What actually happened was we were in training for a record attempt of number of balloons dogs made in a certain time.
Yeah.
And we did the interview with the...
He got quoted with his injury, Greg.
We did an interview with the newspaper about it and things. And what I said was, I was practicing so hard and so fast with my hands, my hand ballooned up, was the joke. However, when it was written in the paper, it was, and he was practicing so hard with his hand, it swelled. And I was like, you missed the line.
Oh, no.
You missed the line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 2 raisins and we'll pop them inside of that 11-inch.
Yeah.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to inflate. Actually, I'll just do it with a hand pump. It's fine. Yep. Yeah, I'm just going to inflate it. And I'm going to stretch it out a little bit and then bring it back down. And we're going to do a temporary knot. So I'm just bringing it back down so it's softer, easier to work with. And I'm going to do a temporary knot. And the way that we do it is if I give that a twist and I tie the normal way that I would, which is round the back, and I grab the middle of the balloon and just pull part of the loop, but keep hold of this side.
Okay, yeah.
And then bring that down like this. It means it's tied, but if I pull that,
it's going to open.
it's out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to...
I've never seen that.
Have you not?
No.
Wait, now you have.
I know. Quite
Yeah.
excited.
First time for everything. Every day is a school day. So...
First time I've seen it again.
What I'm looking for is underneath here, I can actually see the shadows of the raisins that are rolling around. And what I want is I'm going to have one on this side and one on this side. So I'm going to bring one over to here.
You can actually use a Sharpie at this stage as well if you want, because sometimes, especially when you're doing a few of these, you might lose the locations that you wanted in.
Okay.
So while it hasn't got any raisins in, you can line up, put 2 little dots or however many you need, so you've got a target to go for.
All right, yeah.
So I've nipped it between my finger and my thumb, and I'm just going to twist this, and then I'm going to take a scrap and go around a few times, push that over, and tie it off.
I've learned about outside raisin knots recently as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
The first time we learned that was in Belgium.
It was, yeah. It's great
we-
when you forget one.
Yeah.
The reason why we would use this one over the outside one is because it uses less latex
Okay.
for doing it. So the outside raisin twist is brilliant for certain designs, and it's a really good technique. However, in some places, this is still the better one, because if you can plan ahead and do it, it's more conservative of the latex that it's taken up.
Yeah,
So if you're doing a lot of them, or you want the design to be quite durable, then this is still our go-to.
Okay.
But the first time we learned that, I was like, that's so
Yeah, it's
obviously
great.
simple,
Yeah.
but we didn't know.
Yeah.
So we have it now where I've got my 2 raisins and 2 connection points on there from the outside. So now what I'm going to do is we're going to do an apple twist. And we do that with the 5-inch red. I'm going to stretch it out first and let it down, and then 2 strokes. And then what we'll do is we'll tie that off. Put it ready, and we'll do the same thing with another.
It's worth that little bit of extra time prepping and stretching it.
Yeah.
Because eventually this is going to be put inside of that balloon.
You don't want to
So
feel.
the little bit of extra prep work to make sure it's going to survive is important.
Okay.
So then what I'm going to do is I'm taking the neck of my 5-inch balloon and I'm tying it to the outside connection point of my raisin twist. So it's on there, like that, and we'll do the same thing with the other.
In your line of work, have you ever met anybody famous?
Yes.
A couple.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. When we used to be more into the entertainment side, especially, we actually had it in our rider that if there was a celebrity,
You had a rider?
Yeah. Because we work with PR companies.
Blue
a lot, so-
M&Ms and
Yeah.
Yeah, but if there was a celebrity on site as a guest speaker or to open things, we had to have a PR shot because those are professional photographers.
it's really good for your
really good.
profile, and it just saves the stress on the day thinking, oh, well, that was a good idea to get a shot, but you inevitably can't always get one, or it's kind of rushed, or you're asking if someone can take a photo, whereas just the upfront with the job confirmation of, we would like, can we arrange?
Yeah.
And it's normally done by their photographer who's all set up, the lighting's perfect, and people are moved out the way, and it's just done as a matter of the day.
And you're not trying to get it and things,
Yeah.
it's organised, it's part of the thing.
Yeah.
So, and my favourite one is because I'm a Newcastle United fan, was Alan Shearer. We worked with Alan, and that was really good because he really appreciated it as well, because he got given a specialised bike.
It was a bike opening store, and they're very specialised high-end bikes, and he just completed a cycling
Coast to
course with the owner, and the owner's like an ex-Olympic cyclist, I think.
Yeah.
The company that sort of the franchise Specialist Bikes, I think it was, had provided Alan with a brand new bike and stuff, and Alan was like, "Oh yeah,
thousands of pounds worth.
thanks
of
very
bike."
much. This is great, lovely. Thanks. Put it over here." We presented him with a balloon twisted guy on a bike, and Alan said, "Oh, this is amazing!"
He just complained that it had more hair than Alan did.
The reaction of like a simple balloon model versus the thousands of pounds of engineering.
Yeah.
Balloons
So
every time.
that's favourite one. But okay. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to push up the air, and then I'm going to hold onto that knot and push it all the way through, and aiming for the slightly darker spot in the middle, the opposite side. Twist, using a scrap, and then tie that off, and trim the excess.
Mechanical connections for this particular design are better. You could go about doing an apple twist on that 5-inch and then glue,
Would. It's not going to work because what we're going to do with it. So,
yeah.
Okay.
So for people watching them, going, well, I would just glue that on because it's a lot easier. There's
Oh,
a
no, you
method in
wouldn't.
our madness. Yes.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, so we'll squeeze it up again, and again, I'm just going to push that through to the opposite side, take hold of it, give that a little bit of a twist, take a scrap, round a few times, and then again, we'll tie this off, and a double knot, clear the excess for the mechanics. So it's got the body, and it's going to be like 2 feet of the carrier.
That could be Mickey Mouse. Kind of.
Yeah.
Could be,
Scotch
yeah,
things.
or with buns
Disclosed
or
Mickey
something.
Mouse.
So now, because this is a temporary knot, what I can do is I can let that down and let the air back out of it. And they will still stay attached. Okay. And we'll come back to that in a moment.
So now we can go to our puff and stuff. We can use one of the 18-inch snowflakes and sparkles again. We're going to turn it inside out, just like the previous one. Onto the balloon stretcher. On it goes. Pop that on the side. And then the sock.
Le sock, if you're French.
More of a neckerchief.
A neckerchief, is that what it is? Yeah. And then because we've done these at 2 strokes, these are still small enough to go inside. So we're going to hang that inside like this, and then we're going to do 30 strokes. Okay. This takes a little bit more getting used to. You can do it with an electric air inflator and just do that on there. But I like to do them the same size every time. So for this one, I'm just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep.
The pressure. The
And
count of
then
30.
All the way to 30.
all the way to 30.
Big numbers, Greg. Big numbers.
Well, I actually cheated. I counted 20 and then
You
10.
did.
I know.
You did. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just tie that off onto there. So now this is actually sealed by itself in there. So we can take off our neckerchief.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You got a nice sleeve there. Pop it
Thanks.
up there.
Oh, that's very, very nice
Yeah,
done.
you're
Thank you
welcome.
very much.
Very fetching.
Yeah. Okay. It's pink to match my eyes. And then, like Dom did before, we pull the top up on here. Take that back off. Pull that up nice and tight. And then what I'm going to do is push that down so it releases.
That's it, that pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Just so I don't lose
Okay.
it, you know.
And then it means that I can twist this off and tie off just the inside balloon all the way around because it's easier.
Yeah.
And then that's done there. You can add in 5-inch balloons, little white balloons or something to make it look like snowballs or something.
The white shred as well,
But,
and
yeah.
all that kind of good stuff.
But-
some confetti.
For this one, we're just going to leave it empty, so it's just going to be the character. And then we're going to need, you're going to tie that on?
Yeah.
So, your School of Balloons that we talked
Yes.
about right before, where do people go if they want to have a look at that? Schoolofballoons.com.
.com?
Exactly
yeah,
that.
schoolofballoons.com.
Okay,
You can just go
and
straight.
so you've got all of these amazing instructors that are on there.
Yep.
Are you guys on there as well?
Yes, we do 1 or 2 videos with us.
Squeezed ourselves in there as
Yeah.
well.
Amazing.
You can actually, as well, it's not all hidden, so you can go and look and browse and use the search facility to see what's on there before you even sign up as well.
Can
so
you?
Oh, yeah,
Right.
it's open, so you can just
you
go
can
in.
have a look at the descriptions, you can see all the different techniques and ideas that are in there, so you can really
Yeah,
see
yeah.
if it's for you before you even sign up as well. So it's not like,
Yeah.
oh, what have you got?
So do you think you'll do more videos, because it's your school, obviously, and,
Yes.
and you two are there all the time, so do you think it's going to be more you, or are you just going to continue with different guests?
No,
different-
it's going to be more us. We're going to do a lot of that, but we are going to have more guests on. We also have Steph, who's one of our members of staff. She's going to be appearing more and more, especially on the Inflate and Create, the shorter versions.
And very soon, we're going to get her to talk.
All right, okay.
we have
So
to, at the
far, she's
moment,
accepted she'll only go on air
if she doesn't talk.
if she doesn't talk, but we'll get there.
How does she communicate what she's doing?
Well,
Well,
if you look and watch
ah.
any of the videos, you'll see that she'll be working away and then laugh. And then working away and then laugh. And that's because we are in the background encouraging her with kind words and support.
But on the other side is that how the Inflate and Create series done, especially with Steph on there, is as she's working through, there's actually on-screen graphics to follow to say, this is this balloon, this is how big it's inflated to, and yeah.
Come on, Steph, it's dead easy. Honestly, it's really easy. If these guys can do it, if I can do it.
Well, exactly.
Anybody can do it.
One of the other wins for that as well is when people are watching the designs, are quite often in work and they're doing something. So if it can be on silent and just watch it, and it's got the balloon and the size and that goes with it, it's been better received for that style of video. So we've appreciated that feedback, and that's something we've added in. Which is, we're always open to feedback, and we'll do our very best to accommodate because we want it to be the most useful tool in people's businesses. So it's our focus.
Okay, so I've just created a small quad which we're going to use at the neck, but we also got to do the arms. Now the arms are going to be thinner on this one because it's a smaller body. So it's it's a 260Q, and I'm just going to do one stroke on there to get the size of the arms sorted. And we do the same thing where we tie off both ends of the chamber so that I can use just one balloon to create both arms. Some people prefer to do the twist in the middle to do it, but we prefer to tie it off on both sides because it means that if one side should fail because the kids play with them and everything, you've still got one arm. Okay. It's got better chance.
Again, it's a repetition of the techniques that we use. So rather than
Exactly.
Rather than reinvent the wheel and have to do a different style of arm, hand, and all the rest of it, we try to keep it a clean process. So it's a different scale, yes, but it's the same process and the same style. So it's faster and more efficient in your business.
Yeah. And like anything, the more you do it, the quicker you get it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The hands, we're going to do the same technique, but I'm just doing one stroke with the 5-inch blush this time, and then squish up, twist off with one, and then we'll tie that. Trim off for the mechanics.
Handy.
It is. You know where you get these from? Second hand shop. Or Blue Market. You can buy them from Blue Market.
You can buy them from Blue Market. Sorry, I should have.
Yes.
I missed that one, didn't I?
Yeah.
We'll feed you the line.
Well, I know,
I know.
Okay. So.
You know what? It's going to be a quiet day for you tomorrow, Greg.
I think I'll stay in bed.
Recovering. Rocking gently. Right, okay.
So you two both enjoy to have a joke and make jokes.
A little bit.
Have a bit of a laugh. So who's the funniest?
Well, I mean, people can answer in the chat on the comments of the one. You can answer who's funnier, me or Dom, and also why is it me?
I think we should make that the question of the week.
Question of the week, yeah.
Okay. So, this could be quite bad. What if you end up, not liking each other anymore?
What about if they say no? It's worse if they say neither of us.
Greg.
But wouldn't be unexpected.
Yeah. So this is another style. So it means as well as that if once they pop the balloon to get the gift or something inside, they've still got full character.
Yeah, that's really clever.
Yeah. It's really cool, and is also available if you give that one.
We came to this sort of the idea of the two stages of it, because we did quite a lot of this style of balloon for where people had concert tickets or vouchers for something, and it's kind of like they want to pop it to get that out because they need them, but then they haven't got anything left after it. So we create things that actually once it's popped, they've got options as well. So
there's a Santa one.
There's a Santa Claus one, but as a base, we could just do exactly the same as we did for the first elf or anything. Or we can do something slightly different because it's Santa. So we'll put this just down here for the moment, and then we'll bring out a cluster of 4 11-inch balloon size to 7, and we'll have another one of those.
Let's hide in the back. That's Greg's sandwiches there, I think.
Oh, okay. Greg's could have been Greg's pasties. I'll see.
Hey.
Yeah, and I need a small.
Do they still do the corned beef ones?
They do.
They do.
I like.
They're from the north. Greg's.
Where proper food comes
Yeah, we
from.
get when we have some of the instructors come over, we take them to Greg's and go, you've got to have a Greg's sausage roll. The kids grow on them around here. So.
Have you tried one of the vegan ones yet?
Nope.
Yes, I did. I had half of one.
And how was it?
That's why I had half.
All right.
I've not tried one. They're supposed to be fantastic and they sell out everywhere and everything. But
That's when you make two.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah, not for me.
yeah, I'm not really a sausage roll person anyway. So we've got a small water weight on here that I'm going to add into nice
How
and
do you
tight.
make a sausage roll?
You just push
Put it down and roll it
hill.
down the hill. Hey.
You really did expect us to know that one, right? Okay.
Yeah, if you hadn't have known it, I'd have been very disappointed.
Yeah.
So I've
I
got
was quite impressed that he didn't know the ladder one.
yeah, yeah.
That was a real laugh we had.
Yeah, it was a good joke as well. You should put that in the comments as well if you've got any ladder jokes as well, because we only do ladder jokes if somebody puts us up to them. Okay. Then we got some 5-inch red balloon sized to 3 inches, which I'm going to use the neck under here just to pull this up and twist this in, and then I'm going to continue on with our other cluster. And it's it's an alternate square pack. Now we use this quite often. As we can use this as a gift box, so if you'll have seen it before. Wrap 260s around it and everything. But we're going to use this one slightly different in the fact that we've got a 260 cube that we've turned into a box.
I hid it under here.
There we go. You've been framed.
Hey.
And then so this can go onto the top of here, and we've got a kind of a chimney kind of looking thing.
Right, okay.
Yeah. So then again, we can put our
Ooglu.
thank you dashes on here. Do, 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 do.
Beautiful job.
Oh, thanks. I did that really well. And then release. Oh. You could use, if you want something as powerful as this, you can use this. Also, we use balloon sticky dots quite often as well.
Yeah.
It's handy for this type of thing.
Especially when you've got the 4 positions of this one, it holds
And
pretty
then we'll
well.
put that over there. And then
Make sure it's straight before I push it down.
Yeah, go for it. Oh, it's not straight.
Have to do now. It's on.
Okay, and then and it gives us our Santa Claus in the chimney kind of design. And
They're great. I love them.
Design.
Friendly elf.
Yeah.
Yeah, love them.
But it's something different to do with your stuffing machine.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely fantastic.
Okay.
Well, gents, thank you so much for that.
You're welcome.
And yeah, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button and the bell icon. You'll be notified every time. Oh, I forgot question of the week. Are we going to do that? Who's funniest?
Yeah, do that one. Yeah,
Who's
why don't we do that one?
funniest? Question of the week.
And
yeah.
Wiser Keith.
Totally forgot my outro, but yeah, see you next week, everybody. Bye.
Bye.